Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Build 2019. My name is Samir, and this is my colleague, Colin.
Hey.
And we are going to talk about connectors, data connectors for the Microsoft Power Platform. So quick show of hands, how many of you know about the Microsoft Power Platform and build connectors? OK, great. And is it Power BI connectors? Anyone has built Power BI connectors? OK, good. And PowerApps, Flow? OK. So that's good. So what we are going to do is we have the Microsoft Power Platform, right? This is one of the most important investment that we have from Microsoft. And as part of the platform, we provide you some very nice tooling, platform infrastructure through which citizen developers can build apps. And reporting apps like through Power BI, you can have all these analytics apps. You can build nice reports. It allows you to connect to data, get your data, build nice reporting apps. With PowerApps, you can build low-code, very quick, rapid development of apps by citizen developers. And with Flow, you can automate many of these processes, basically. But all this platform requires data to get into the platform, and that's what we are going to talk about here. So very quickly, when we talk about Power BI enables this data analysis. You get data into Power BI, and you can prep your data, you can transform the data, you can create your data sets, and then you can create reporting out of it. And then you can share your report on PowerBI.com so that you don't have to ever again go back and fetch the data. You can schedule it, and you can have a nice dashboard up and running. And it allows you to get insights from the data. As the data gets updated behind the scene, Power BI will automatically refresh the data, and you get to see all this nice reporting data. With PowerApps, we now provide you a platform through which you can build apps. If you have used PowerApps before, and I see a lot of hands basically saying they have used PowerApps, it's very easy to build apps. People like me who don't necessarily write code in C# or JavaScript or even C today, I used to at some point in time, we can now build apps. And these apps, they run on the web, they run on the mobile, so you don't have to know about what operating system or what platform for which you are building the app. It's drag and drop. You can see, you can drag a control, you can bind it to some data source, and boom, your app is up and running. And that's the kind of power that PowerApps brings in. And it drastically cut down the time for anyone to develop and build apps on. With Microsoft Flow, and something happens to the data, you can take actions on it, basically. And this allows you to automate a lot of things, a lot of scenarios. So we have a lot of customers, basically, who have used Microsoft Flow to automate a bunch of stuff. Even internally, we use a lot of Microsoft Flow. For instance, one of the programs that we run, and we talk about this one, is the Connector Certification Program. So in this program, what we ask people to do is we ask people to fill up a form. That form goes into one of the databases that we have. And then I have a flow which is running that kicks off and sends me a notification email to that partner who has submitted the form, and then to our team to let people know that, OK, we have a new partner who is coming in, who has submitted a form that wants to build connector on our platform. So now we can start the process of helping that partner out to build a connector. So these kind of stuff is very easy to build with Microsoft Flow. Now, the whole PowerApps Power Platform, that brings a lot of value to our customer. So as you can see on the screen, we have seen a lot of improvements in terms of the time it takes to build applications. We have seen a huge reduction in the cost, and it's being adopted not just by business users themselves, but even by the IT department. So the IT department for large enterprises will come and onboard the PowerApps Power Platform to enable the business users in their enterprise to start leveraging many of the apps that we are talking about, the platform, basically. So when we talk about Flow, PowerApps, or Power BI, all this all these platform pieces, they require data. Now, there are two ways in which you can get data into the system. One is we provide a data platform called Common Data Service, which is where you can design and build your business entities. So typically, when you develop an app, you have the data living somewhere. So we provide a platform called Common Data Service, wherein you can design your entities that you want for your apps, and you can store your data there. We also provide connectors. So even if your data is not in the Common Data Service, you can connect to your data wherever it is. It could be in SharePoint, it could be in Office, it could be in Salesforce, it could be on many other systems, basically. We provide over 250 connectors today on the platform, and with those connectors, you can get data into Power BI, into Flow, into PowerApps, thus enabling your scenarios. And this talk, we are going to talk about how you can build connectors so that you can get data into this platform, and then you can, party on those data. Basically, you can build reporting using Power BI. You can automate based on what happens on your data, or you can build your apps, right? So when we talk about the Power Platform, data, we talked about data using connectors, but that's not the only way you can extend the platform. There are so many other ways. For instance, in Power BI, you can have custom visuals, right? There are a lot of partners who are building custom visuals. We have an app source marketplace for it. We have extensibility point for that one. On the Power App side, I don't know if you guys have checked out, but we also have not just custom connectors, but also client extensions, so you can have the control framework. We have something called the PowerApps control framework as well, through which you can build all these UI extensions as well. You can extend server-side as well on the CDS side. On the Flow side, you can embed your PowerApps, you can embed your Flow with your application as well. So there are a lot of extensibility points. Here in this talk, though, we are only going to focus on custom connectors. So with that, we'll talk about the Power BI side with my friend Colin will do.
Thanks, Amir. So I saw that some of you have used custom connectors in Power BI, but can I see a show of hands for how many people have used Power BI in general? Great. So how many people are aware of Power Query as the data ingestion interface in Power BI specifically? And have any of you used the Get Data interface in Excel? Similar interface, right? So Power Query is the data ingestion and transformation experience in Power BI Desktop and Power BI Data Flows, which recently went GA. It surfaces in a number of other places. For desktop, it shows up in Excel and SQL Server Data Tools. Power Query Online shows up in CDS, Flow for the SQL connector only currently, and I believe announced here at Build, data wrangling in ADF. So for those last two, it can take all the connectors. It's being used for a data transformation experience and not just ingestion, but it's that same kind of set of capabilities. Now, when you author in Power Query, have any of you ever pressed the Advanced Edit button to see what pops up? A couple people. You'll see that it generates a script, and this script is M, which is our DSL. It will let you programmatically make much more complicated queries, but it's also what lets you build custom connectors. Custom connectors currently let you access new data sources in Power Query Desktop and in the Power Query service. So in the last year, we've added some capabilities, a lot of stuff that wasn't maybe obvious on the custom connector front, but we've really been increasing how much you can do. We released the Power Query docs last August. I've been updating them kind of continuously, and this was kind of our first attempt at making sure that anyone who wanted to had a really clear place to go to see what needed to be done to build a connector of their own. We're going to be releasing everything that you need to do to make trusted third-party connectors this week. I have a blog post ready to go live, and basically what that will let you do is say, hey customer, I have this custom connector that I've built for Power BI. Here's the signature. If you trust it, you'll be able to load it without ever having to go through Microsoft. This was one of our biggest requests because our certification program doesn't handle internal data sources like for IT departments or one-off things for customers. Finally, Power Query Online was announced integration with ADF here at Build, and we'd also like to say that we're working to bring custom connectors to Power Query Data Flows. So that's currently available in Power BI, but it will be coming to the rest of the Power Platform. So before I go into my demo, let's talk just a little bit about the M connector infrastructure and how it works and how it gets data into the cloud. So when you're developing locally, you have an M connector that you've written that sits on your disk. And this connector can hit your in-network databases, it can hit cloud sources, all that's fine. But you put it up into the service, and the connector doesn't go with it. So you now have a report in the service, and it's trying to hit a function that may not be there. And that's why you can't just refresh arbitrarily, because we're not copying that executable code up into our service, because that's obviously not a great idea. So instead, we have the gateway. And in that case, what you do is you basically have that M connector running on the gateway, which has the same engine that Power Query does to evaluate these queries, and it can hit everything behind your network and in the network and stuff, just like any other case of using the gateway. So that's why we require using this to run custom connectors. So I'm going to have a little bit of a demo here. And let me switch over. Okay, so I have Visual Studio 2017 open here, and I'm just going to start a new project. And this is our Power Query SDK. So you can see we have a data connector project here, and I'm going to take all the defaults. And this is just going to open up a couple pages. So first we have this query file. And this just shows how, in our sample project, basically an example of how you would access it in Power BI. If accessed it via the get data and went into the advanced editor, this is what you would see. So this is using it. But here's the connector itself. And honestly, there's not a lot here, and this is already fully functional. This section thing tells you what, basically it tells the system what format of connector it is, our new one rather than our old one. This says that this is our signature, and that says what we want to publish file. This is the entire data access. So in this case, it's not actually accessing anything on the outside. It's taking a message from the query, and it's just popping up something in that table if you access it. This is our data source kind description, which says it's not taking any authentication, and it says what file it's going to be loading the label for the authentication from. This is our publish function, which says this is a beta, we'd put it into the other category in Power BI, et cetera. And then finally, just some icon files. So I'm going to run this real quick. And first, it's going to complain and tell me that I don't have any authentication stored. So let's just say this is anonymous. And let me run it again. And you're going to see that I didn't pass in a message, and it's just created this very simple table. So I can open that in Power BI, but that's not super interesting, right? So let me go into this, and I'm going to open up an actual sample connector. So all of the samples that I'm going to show you today, these trip pin samples, are part of a more complicated series of tutorials that are available on the PQ docs. So I'm going to have to breeze through these pretty quickly, but if you'd like to look in depth and see the justification for each of the changes and why they were made and stuff, I really advise you go look at the docs to understand. So again, you're seeing something very similar. We have our section document header, we have our data source kind description, and we have this replace type here. So this isn't super critical for this step, but later on, what we do is type changes to assign documentation metadata to the function, so that when it populates in Power BI, it says, oh, we expect this type of parameter, or oh, here's our default value. So that's what this is about. This is our entire data source access function. That's it. For no data feed, all you have to do is pass in the URL, and it can just grab it. That works perfectly fine. Again, we're only taking an anonymous authentication, and we have a pretty simple publish function. So I'm going to run this, and again, it's going to complain about not having an authentication, so let me say, oh, we want anonymous. The data source that we're connecting to is TripPin, a sample data source for the OData service that's a nominal travel agency. Now, you see that I only have this very simple data access function, and when I access it, it pulls back this already very functional navigation table. So what does that look like in Power BI? Let's build this. So I'm going to copy this to my custom connectors folder. And I'm going to launch Power BI Desktop. Now, because we wanted to show how it takes parameters, I'm going to have to copy this in. For something like this where you were only taking like a static URL, normally you would hard code it, but it's useful for the sake of showing you guys how this works that we're not going to hard code it. So you saw that I copied it into my custom connectors folder. And now it's going to show up in get data. So there it is. Paste in the URL. It's going to connect. And from just that one odata.feed function, we're going to get a fully functional navigation table back. So if I look at get nearest airport and I, for instance, put in our current longitude and latitude, I had to write this down ahead of time.
Remember that, huh?
We get Seattle Tacoma Airport. You didn't have to code that function. Valid OData feed, valid function, works perfectly fine. Great. So let's close Power BI, and let's see what happens if it's not an OData feed. Because I'm guessing most of you don't have fully functional OData feeds. You have REST APIs. You have some arbitrary source you want to connect to. Well, here's how you handle that. I'm going to grab this snippet of changes here. And I'm just going to come up here, and I'm going to paste this in, and I'll explain what I did. This record is your default request headers. So when you're making a web call, you want to have some form of default headers that you pass in. This is the change of the data access function. So instead of odata.feed function, we now have a web.contents function, which is just grabbing a raw HTTP response, and then it turns it into JSON. So if I run this now, we're going to get something a lot less pretty. This is what you return if it doesn't know it's OData, right? So that's not great. And I can show you what that looks like in Power BI, because there is a little bit more than what's immediately obvious. So for convenience sake, it's worth noting that normally you can just drop connectors into Power BI without restarting. I'm swapping the same function signature, so I'm being extra careful. So if you were just dropping stuff in, it's fine for testing, but I don't really want it to get stuck in the extension cache while I'm presenting to you guys, because that might be very confusing. So again, we're going to look up trip pin. And so before it brought up a navigation table, right? It's not going to do that anymore, because with the web.contents call that we're doing with no extra metadata, there's nothing it can use to leverage to build that navigation table, which is part of the OData logic. What's the issue? There we go. So what it's going to do is it's actually just going to go straight to the editor, because it's only pulling back one table. And that table's not super pretty. You see similar to what you saw in the SDK, and you can dig in on this if you want, but there's really just not a lot of helpful things to work off of. So let's close this. Now, the trip pin service has a number of useful endpoints that you can address directly if you don't have via OData. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you kind of what you can do to access those. Now, first, we're going to go over here and we're going to change this. Instead of directly using trip pin feed as our publish, we're going to add a trip pin contents, which works off of trip pin feed. And it returns the navigation table as the top level that you use to drill down to each of the different tables. So in our documentation, we have a list of common helper functions. This is one of them. What this does is it lets you take a static navigation table that you've built, and it turns it into something that Power BI knows how to handle. So basically, you have a list of columns, and then you're saying, this navigation table function is addressed to this column, this navigation table function is addressed to this column, et cetera. This whole piece is a very standardized thing. You wouldn't change it for your own connector. You just drop that into place. Then we have these two functions. What these do is they would be gotten from, maybe you're exploring your API, and you find out, okay, if I hit this endpoint, I can transform it from some JSON mess into something functional with types and stuff. And you would do this in Power BI. You'd get the M code that you generated from walking through that to make it functional, and you could drop that right into your connector. So you can use Power BI as a kind of a REPL to work with the connector. So this one gets the airlines table with the airline endpoint, and this one gets the airports table with the airport endpoint. The last thing I'm going to put in here is the thing that actually builds up the navigation table. So what this does is it's going to get the URL passed in from your initial call, and it's going to create a navigation table with a certain set of properties, the name, the function used to generate it, the icon, the behavior, and if it's a leaf. And then it's going to make the call with that table.navigation table common function we used. And what it's going to do is it's going to make it completely functional in Power BI. Now, before I forget, I'm going to change this to contents because we did change the function signature of the main call being made. So if we run this now, you're going to see we actually have something a little bit prettier. It's not as pretty as the original OData endpoint because we don't have a schema for each of these, but we do have something. So let's build this. And launch Power BI again. So before I forget this time, let me copy our destination.
Just coming up.
Yep. Same endpoint. And what you're going to see is we're a lot closer to that nice behavior that we started with. Here we are. So one common function, a couple just walking through the service to get data into a useful format, and then putting it into a very easy to understand navigation table in the code, and you start spitting out something that's useful to users. Now, there's a lot of enhancements that you can make to this. Currently, we're only returning 8 rows, and that's not a lot, so you need to put in some pagination to walk through it if you don't have OData. There's a lot of different things you can do to make this more usable. I'm only going to show you one more right now before I go into discussing how signing works, because we are a little bit short on how much time I can spend on this. This is a pretty long series of demos. But what I'm going to show you here is that if you want it to work in the service, it's pretty easy. All you have to do is put in one extra line, or a couple lines in some cases. There. Now it'll work in the service. That's all I had to do. This is a test connection function. This takes in the parameter of whatever it's accessing. It says, here's my main data access function. Here's what I want to pass into this. And it works in the gateway. For a server, you might need a couple things. You'd look at the JSON of the data access function and grab the server and port or the password, all that stuff. And we have examples for all that in our content. So, let me open this up in the background. How many of you are interested in distributing Power BI connectors for things that we don't certify? By which I mean not necessarily to the public, or it's not a data source you own, or maybe it's for a client. A lot of you, great. So this is something that you're going to care about. So I'm going to come into Power BI and I'm going to turn up my security settings. Which I'm well aware from a number of emails that this is the bane of many of your existence here. So I'm going to close this, and we're going to delete this just so I can show you that I'm using the same connector. And I'm going to get the 9th step in the tutorial and put it in there. And at this point in the tutorial, you've added the ability to use in service. You've added schemas and type checking. You've added ways to do diagnostics. There's a whole lot of capabilities that you'll have gotten to at this point. And this is basically a fully functional connector at this point. But shit. I guess what we have is, we have an issue where we can't load it because my IT policy says, hey, I can't use this. It's not secure. Why are you trying to get me to lower this? That's not okay, right? Okay. So what if we can make it trustable? Leading question. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into my command line here, and we have the make PQX tool. So this is a command line utility that we're going to release this week. And what it does is it lets you take a MES file and turn it into a PQX file. And PQX files contain a number of extra pieces of metadata, including the ability to have a signature put on them. So with the PQX file, what you can do is we can take that connector that we had. And I'm going to go into my folder here, and you can see that we now have this PQX file. Not much has changed here. If you cracked it open, it would screw up the packing, but it would show the exact same information, same files, all that stuff. It's the next step that makes things a little bit more interesting. So I have a certificate that I've created on my or I got on my machine, and I'm going to sign it. So if we look here, nothing's changed here, but something has changed if we check and see what it looks like. So I'm going to run a verify command on that signed connector, and what you see is that connector is now signed with my signature. And the one that we really care about is this external signature, the furthest leaf in the node, and it says it was signed by me, and here's the thumbprint, et cetera, right? Okay, so at this point, as the connector developer, you're done. You say, this is me, my connector, I'm going to give it to you. But your customer wants to be able to trust it. So all your customer has to do to be able to trust it is go into their registry, and this is specifically put into a place that IT manages. We wanted to make it trustable by IT so that it's not just something your normal computer user is going to use if they don't have access to this part of the computer, so that they could also make it a group policy and say, hey, anybody using Power BI in this organization, they can all access this. That was the specific goal of this. So if there's 2,000 people at a company who want to use your custom connector, they can. So you'll see that we have this external thumbprint here. It matches what I have in my trusted certificate thumbprints here. That's all you have to do. Now, I'm going to take this PQX file, I'm going to put it in my custom connectors folder, and I'm going to run Power BI one more time. So now you see trip pin isn't showing up as uncertified. The other one I had in there is because it's not signed, which means if we go into get data, there it is. And if we connect, well, at this point in the demo, you've hard-coded in the endpoint rather than having to paste in the same endpoint every time, so that's going to be a quicker. You're going to see that we've built back up a little bit further to what we had in that OData point from REST with paging and all that stuff already accomplished. So that's the end of my demo.
Pretty cool.
What did we do? We got data from a service pretty quickly. You can get it from OData, ODBC, OLADB. The ones that we see the most are ODBC and REST connections, just very generically. We built a navigation table to make it more accessible to users. We added a test connection handler, and then I showed you guys how a user could trust the custom connector, which is brand new functionality. What didn't I cover? Schemas, things to make sure that the columns return to match and transform and all that stuff, something that if you're pulling data from a lot of different sources you might want to use to normalize. Testing to make sure that there's no regressions. I didn't show you guys how you would impose data types. And in general, there's a lot of polish. If any of you have built these for customers, you know there's a lot of different edge cases and polish that you're going to want to put on it. But this is really the bulk of what you're going to build. Before I stop, who here has an interest in ODBC connectors at a high level? Just a couple people? Okay, in the interest of time, if you want to ask some questions about that, I will be at the CDM and data integration booth this afternoon. You can come ask me questions, and I'll see if I can get you guys started. Now, Samir.
Thank you, Colin. So we saw how easy it is to build a connector for Power BI. And as Colin was saying, once you build a connector for the Power Query platform, the same connector works in multiple products, not just Power BI. We also announcing what we call as data flows. So you can get the same with the same connector, you can get the data and have the data in ADLS or Azure Data Lake or Common Data Service. So, and we are also integrating Power Query with a bunch of other technologies. So the investment that you make building a connector for Power Query is going to pay off big time. Okay, now switching gears, we are going to talk about PowerApps and Flow. So in the context of PowerApps and Flow, what is a connector? A connector in the context of PowerApps and Flow is nothing but just a wrapper over an existing API. And not just any API, it's a REST API. So if you want to build a connector for PowerApps, you need to have a REST API. So today, when we talk about connectors in the PowerApps platform, we have lots of connectors, basically. We have over 250 connectors, and I work with a lot of partners who come to me and say, hey, we want to build a connector for the Power Platform, for the PowerApps, because once you build a connector for the platform, you get to integrate with all these other services where you already have the connector. And the customers can start using this platform to get benefits from day one, right? And all these connectors, they connect to on-premise systems, they connect to the cloud. No matter where the data is, we allow you to connect to it. And with the help of custom connectors, which is where you go and build your own custom connector, something which is not there on the platform, you can extend further. You can connect to your data sources in your enterprise, which is not available to anybody else. Or even if one of the out-of-the-box connectors do not provide some functionality that you need, you can always extend and build your own custom connector. And we are going to show you how easy it is to build that custom connector. So here in this demo, what we are going to do is we are going to build a connector for a system called Yelp. How many of you know Yelp? OK, so Yelp, with Yelp, people can come, search for businesses. Basically, they can vote. They can say whether they like it or not, right? And I really use it for a lot of stuff. So what I have done is I'm going to switch to my laptop. I went to web search and searched for Yelp API, and I land into their documentation. And this is the first and the most important thing for building any connector. You have to know what API that you're trying to use. So in the case of Yelp, they have an API that allows you to search for business, right? So, and they have given very good documentation on how to do this. You can read through all the documentation. But essentially, what it does is you have to send a GET request to one of their API endpoint. And they give you all the examples of what the response look like. So let's go and build a connector for it. Now, this is the Flow portal. Many of you must have seen this one if you have tried to build a custom connector for Microsoft Power Apps or Flow. The same experience is there in Power Apps as well. So I just logged into the Flow portal, and I clicked on Custom Connector here, and this is what I see. And here you can see that I have two custom connectors there. There are many ways in which you can build custom connector. You can start from blank. You can create from an Azure service. This is something that we just announced this week, when we are not going to go there. But if you have an Azure service, and we are starting with Azure Functions, you can easily get a connector out of it. You can just log into that service, provide your subscriptions ID, and then you can pick, and then boom, you'll get your custom connector. You can start with an Open API file. An Open API file is a standard. Used to be called Swagger, but it's a standard. So that's used by the industry to describe how a REST API behaves and looks like. And you can start from that, either from a file. If you have it on your desk, you can upload it, or you have it in your URL, you can specify it. Or if you have a Postman collection, and Postman is a tool that many API developers use to test their API, we also support that one. For this demo, we are just going to start from blank and just give a name. Let's just call it Yelp Build Demo, right? And we get to this screen where you can specify an icon for it, description for it. So let's just give a nice description. It says Yelp Demo for Bill. And it asks for what is the host or the API that you want to hit. In this case, it is api.yelp.com. So I'm just going to copy this one, and let's put it here. And then it asks me, how do you authenticate with the API, right? What is the authentication model? And as you can see, we support basic authentication, API key, or OAuth. And these are the most common authentication type that we have seen. For that, you go back to the documentation, and you try to read a bunch of documentation that tells you how to authenticate with the Yelp API. In this case, let's just click on the introduction, and here is authentication. And if you keep reading this one, it says that to authenticate, they use an API key. So we are going to use an API key, and you have to use the authorization header and set the value as bearer API key. So let's go back, and let's select API key here. And we can give a nice name that says API key, and the parameter name is, let's just call it authorization. And it is in the header. So, but we also support passing that API key in the query parameter as well. So now it takes me to the screen where I can define the actions for the connector. What API do you want to expose? So in this case, let's create a new action and say search business. You can give a nice description, basically, and let's give an operation ID. Let's say search business. And then you have to define the request, and I can import from a sample. So what this allows me to do is, if I know how to call that API, it will automatically generate the schema for you. So in this case, it says it's a get API, as we saw in this documentation. So let me just go back to the documentation while it comes up. Oops, something happened. Okay, that's why I have a backup here. So essentially, you do a get API, and this is the API that you call. So what I've done is I call the Yelp API, the same endpoint, and I will import from here. When I do that, it parses the query parameter from the URL that I've given. So in this case, you can see that it's asking for a search term, location, the latitude, longitude. So you can add more query parameters if you want. And then for each of the query parameters, if you want to give a nice name, a description, you can do all that. But in this case, I'll just change it to say that this parameter is required. So I go back, and I will also say the location is required. So this kind of makes it a little easy when someone is using that API, so that they don't forget to provide the search term and the location. So now we have defined how the request will go. Now what about the response, the payload? So here we have the response payload. Again, you can import from a sample, so which is what I'm going to do. And if this was working, you could see that from the documentation they have the sample payload. So what you can do is you can just copy paste this one into that screen that I just showed you. The only problem they have is this is not a valid JSON because they have this /.. So what I have done carefully is that I removed that line and I put it in my notepad. So you can see that that ... is not here anymore. So I just copy this one, and then I will import. And you can see that the tool has parsed the payload, the sample payload, and it's generating the schema for that sample payload. Now I have all this, and that's all we have to do. So let's now create the connector. So I click on Create Connector. So this will now create the connector for us. And once the connector is created, successfully created, I can now go and test the connector. So I don't have a connection for it, so I'm just going to say New Connection. And we saw that it uses an API key, so it's asking me for the API key. And from the documentation, it says bearer space API key. So I'm just going to copy paste that one, which is this. And I'll create the connection. Okay, it goes back here. Let me just refresh. So this is the connection that I just created right now. And then I can test the connector, and I can say, let's search for, say, hotels in Seattle. So now you can see that I'm getting the data back, right? So it's so easy to create a connector. Now that we have a working connector for Yelp. Now, how do I use this connector in PowerApps? So I'm just quickly going to show you how to use that connector in PowerApps. So this is PowerApps. It's a rapid application development platform. You can drag and drop a bunch of controls, and you can see that. So here in this screen, I have one screen with a couple of controls. So I have a button where when someone clicks on it, I want to call that API. And I'm going to use a text box for filling in the search query, and then I have a gallery where I'm going to display the result. And in the result, I have a star rating, the title where I want to show the name, and the subtitle where I want to show the phone number. So the way you do it is you go to data sources, and you add a data source. And here you can see all the connections that you have created, and you can see the connection that we have just created called Yelp Bill here, showing up here. So I'm going to use that one. And then when someone clicks that button, right now what this is doing is it is just setting it to a fixed value, basically, for my testing. So I'm going to replace this and set this variable called search results into the connector code, right? So the way you would do it is I remove this one, and I say Yelp, what is that? Yelp Bill Search Business. So I get nice IntelliSense. And here I'm going to use the whatever that the user has typed. So this would be text input 1 dot text, right? And then I'm going to provide a location. So let's just hardcode the location for now. And this gives me the API call. And then in response of the API call, I have the businesses, which is what I want to use. So that's it. So I just changed it, changed the function to use the result of the API call. And now if I go back to this Power App and try to run it, and let's give it something like this time, let's search for hospitals and click on search. Oops. Okay, something is not working. The app is not authorized to access the service. Try reopening the app and ensure connectors are connected. Okay, so maybe it has expired. The session has expired. But what it's going to do is, it's going to call that API, get the result, and display it in that gallery. Okay, so this is the reason why it's not working. So let's try re-editing this one. Yeah, this is the reason, sign in required. So I've kept this Windows open for a long time, so oops. All right, hopefully it works this time. So let me edit the same app again. And this time I'm going to short circuit and copy the same thing. The only difference is here I have Redmond here instead of Seattle. So when it comes up, okay. All right. Let's see if it works right now. And if you search for, oh my. If you search for hospitals now, and you can see it should be calling the Yelp API, and boom, you can see the result, right? So it's so easy to create a connector, build an app, and get it working, right? And you didn't see me writing any code, right? So that's what this platform is all about. Okay, so going back to our slides. So what are the steps to develop that connector? As I said, the first and the most important one is to understand the API that you're trying to call, right? You can start from scratch. You can use an open API definition or a Postman collection. But now if you have an Azure service, we also allow you to do that. You set up the authentication, and we support multiple authentication, the most common authentication that we have. And then you define the operation. And you can use import using sample request and response. And then you save your connector, and then you test the connector in either Flow or PowerApps. And then you keep on repeating that process, right? So it's fairly easy, less than 5-10 minutes for someone to get started. And that's what we are looking at. So very briefly on the architecture, because it's useful when you're building a connector. It's good to know what happens behind the scene. So we have PowerApps and Flow that's trying to use a REST API. This is the problem that we have. What we have in between is an APIM gateway. So this is the same Azure API management service that we use with a couple of functionality that we have. And in the API gateway, we host all the connectors, including custom connectors. So every custom connector that you build is an APIM, is an API in an Azure APIM account. We have what we call as a token store, which we use to manage all the credentials. So when someone creates a connection, store the API key, we have a token store which securely manages all those tokens for us. And then when a call comes from PowerApps flow, it comes in the context of what connector it is, what connection you want to use, right? And what is the operation that you want to use. Now we go to the token store, we fetch based on that user who is making that call, we do a bunch of validation to check whether the user is even allowed to make a connection, allowed to make a call or not. And then if it does, then we go and fetch the token required for it, and then we translate it into the host, the URL, the query parameters, and the token that the backend API requires. It's fairly simple. And then the response, the PowerApps flow will get it. Nothing fancy. It's fairly straightforward. Once you have this mental model, it's very easy for someone to build connectors. When you don't have a REST API, which is where, what do we do? For instance, we have the SQL connector. SQL doesn't provide a REST API for accessing or running SQL queries today. We stand up a custom web API, which provides a RESTful interface, basically. Similarly, you can use any stack. It doesn't have to be on the Azure stack, but it's easy if you do it. But it can be Azure Functions. It can be any custom stack that you want to use. It can be on any stack that you are familiar with to stand up any REST API. On-premise data, same thing. When you have an on-premise data service, we still require a REST API hosted on-premise, and many IT enterprises do have it. If not, you stand up a REST API, and then the only difference is use the on-premise data gateway. And the configuration for this one is fairly simple. You just have to check a box that says that my API is on the premise. And we will take care of all the infrastructure of making sure that things work. All right, so now I'm going to talk about two new features that we are announcing, that we announced very recently. One is what we call as policy templates. Now, what is a policy template? So if you look at the architecture, you have your API, you have the call coming from PowerApps and flow directly going against your API. But sometimes what happens is you want to change a little bit about how that call goes through. And this is where policy comes in. It changes the behavior of an API call. And why do we want to do that? One example is you want to route your API to different endpoints. Example is, say, let's say you have an Azure blob store. It takes the account name .blob.core, .azure.com or something like that. So, but it takes the account name. It takes a subdomain. User voice does it. Azure Key Vault does it. And it's fairly common. So if you're a custom API, you can't do that so far. So we have announced a feature called policy templates that allows you to dynamically change and route calls. So we have today 4 policy templates that you can use: route request, set the host URL, set HTTP header, set query. Basically, you can modify a little bit of how the API works when it goes to the backend. And I'm going to show you a demo of how that works to fix our Yelp API, because today it requires the user to provide bearer space API key. And who is going to know that you have to provide bearer space, right? So we want to fix that. Hold on. All right, so the other thing that we announced is the CLI tool, is the Power Platform Connector CLI. It's a command line interface. Today, when you look into how we build connectors, I use the portal. And portal is great for someone to get started, but it's not so friendly if you're a developer and your boss expects you to check in the code into your source code, right? So we have the CLI tool. Using the CLI tool, you can create connectors, you can update connectors, you can download connectors. So what it allows you to do is you can save your connector artifacts onto a disk, which you can now sync with whatever source code repository you guys have. And I'm going to show you very quickly a demo of how that can be done. All right? Thank you, Colin. Now we saw this custom connector that we have built, right? So it says all good. However, as I said, we don't want this bearer underscore API key. So let's fix that. So if I go back to the definition, we now have a section called policies. So I'll just create a new policy to say fix auth header. And I choose what kind of policies I want to apply. So in this case, I want to set the HTTP header because the auth header is the HTTP header. It asks me what operations that I want to use this on. So basically, it's if you don't provide anything, it's applied to all the operations, so I'll keep it blank. What is the header that I want to set? This is the authorization header. And what is the value? So this is where a documentation comes helpful. So I look into this set HTTP header, and it says there are a bunch of values that you can provide. It also gives me a nice example, which is what I'm just going to copy. What it does is I want to set the value to bearer space and some value from the connection parameter, and the name of the connection parameter is called API_key. And I'll show you how I get this in a while. So now once I set this one, it asks me what do you want to do if the header is present. You can override, you can skip, you can append, we'll override, and you want to run this policy in the request when we are sending the request to the backend. Now we update this connector, and this should be updated. Now I go back to test, and if I want to search for, again, hotels in Seattle, this time if I run it, it's not working because it says bearer space, because if you remember in this connection, I have put the bearer space here. So I'm just going to create a new connection, and this time I'm going to remove the bearer space. Control C, Control V, and create the connection. All right, let's go back here. Let's refresh this one. All right, so I have two connections now, and this is the new one, right, 1753. And now if I test using this connection, it's working. So the you can just provide the API key as such. So this is something that we couldn't do it before, but it's now easy to do it. Now the CLI tool. The CLI tool is based on Azure CLI infrastructure, so we use the same infrastructure. And it's based on Python, so you can install, once you install Python, you can install it from PyPy. And once you do that, what I'll do is I'll quickly log in, and it's going to ask me to open up this page to authenticate my device. So let me quickly do that. And it asks me to enter this code. You have to do it once. And all right, let's just log into Microsoft.com. Right, next. Okay, so now we have successfully signed in, and now I should be able to use the CLI tool. So now the CLI tool, let's just download the connector that we have. So I just say download, and what it shows me, it will show me the list of environments that I have in a short while, and this is coming up. And you can see I have a lot of environment, and the environment that we use to create the connector is called the demo 2019, which is number 9. So I select that. And
it's a reasonable bet that most of you will not have as many environments as we have internally.
I used to have more than 200 environments. That's some like last week. Clean it up. All right. So yeah, you can see the 3 custom connectors that I have. We have the Yelp build connector, so I can select that, and it sees, and you can see that it's downloaded right there on my desktop, right? So let's go inside and see what do I have. I have a bunch of files. I have the API definition, which is a Swagger file. Let's just quickly inspect this one. This is a Swagger file. This is the API properties that gives you the name of the connection parameter. So you can see why I used API_key, because there's the name of the connection parameter that you have. We also downloaded the icon file if you have the icon file, and we have the settings file. So now what you can do is you can directly make changes to this, and then you can update and then your connector will get updated. So I'll skip that one in the interest of time. But that's what the CLI tool allows you to do. So starting last week, we also announced open sourcing our connector. This is one thing that we always wanted to do, and we couldn't have done it without the policy support and without the CLI tool. Now that we have those features, we have now started open sourcing connectors, and it's not just connectors built by Microsoft, but it's also connectors built by partners. So you can see the source code for the connectors, all the certified connectors. We have a few connectors today, but in the next coming weeks, coming months, we'll add more and more connectors. We also have samples in the GitHub repository. We also have source code for the CLI tool that I just talked about. So you have all that. So please check it out. That's going to be helpful. All right, this brings us to the last topic, which is about certifying. Now, once you build your connectors, many of the partners, they come to us and they want to release the connector on our platform. And this is what the certification is all about. So what is a certified connector? It's something which is built and maintained by the partner. So it's something built and maintained by the partner. So they will build a connector, they will do the testing, they will make sure functionality is there, they will do all that. What we do on our side at Microsoft is we will inspect the connector, we'll certify the connector, and we will deploy the connector for you so that people will know where to find it. So it's just available with out-of-the-box connectors that we have on Power BI, that we have on PowerApps and Flow. There are a lot of benefits for certifying the connector. The biggest one is that your service gets to play on the PowerApps platform. And if you have a connector, that's just a starting point. There are a lot of other things that you can do as a partner on the platform. For instance, you can go ahead and release templates. You can go ahead and release visuals, Power BI apps. You can build apps on top of it, and then we also announce an ISV program for business application as well, so you can release your apps on the marketplace as well. So there are a lot of things that you can do, and you get a first-class experience for the end user for your service. So your customers get a brand new platform for building apps, for building reporting using Power BI, and for automating and integrating with the over 250 connectors that we have on the platform. And again, building a connector is fairly easy. As we just showed you, it takes just a few days, weeks, and you can always start small, and then you can wrap up your connector as required.
As a disclaimer, we have not yet onboarded the Power BI connectors to this portal, so we're working on that to help improve the process. Hopefully, sometime in the next few months, that'll be available to massively streamline the process of certifying Power BI connectors.
All right, so to recap, the Power Platform is a game-changing platform. We have seen a lot of uptakes from a lot of customers. It's something where we want you guys to be part of it. Many of you have built custom connectors. We want you to give us feedback on the tooling, on the experience. Do give us the feedback. And if you want to certify your connector, do reach out to us. We'll help you certify the connectors. And as I said, it's fairly easy to do it. All right, that brings us to the end of the talk. Any questions? Thank you, guys. Yeah, would you mind stepping over to the microphone so that it's captured in the audio?
We don't have a lot of time for questions, so if you need to talk to us, I'll be around this afternoon, tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, both of us will be around in the data integration booth. Yeah, thank you, guys. Yeah.
Our certified API is a set of .NET classes which represent the data. Is that a supported situation for you?
Can you repeat the question? Sorry. You got it?
Yeah, the API is not a REST service or something like that, but a set of .NET classes.
Mm-hmm.
Is this for Power BI or for Power Platform Flow?
Power BI.
So that probably wouldn't count as something we can certify. Shoot me an email or shoot the connector part for one of the different emails that you've reached out to. I can try to respond. We'll take a look at it. There may be a mixture of technical infeasibility and or contract infeasibility. Part of the certification process is about providing an SLA to the end user. So we'd have to talk to you and to Sela about who can actually guarantee that SLA for the customer. That's the really critical part. But you can sign it with a new trusted third party and distribute it. Thank you all very much for coming.
Yep, so you can check out some of the resources here, and both of us will be there in the data integration booth, so feel free to come along, and we'll be happy to take your questions there as well. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.